Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony Speaks Morning Show. I'm Tony T with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, giving live free picks for today's card. And today's show will have picks, 16 games from Major League Baseball, Atlanta and Washington in a makeup doubleheader from way back in May. So let's make it up during football season, right? Yeah, doesn't make a lot of sense. But anyway, it's okay because it's the only day game. So there's some logic there. So I have no problem with that.
And it's meaningful too, right?
Yeah.
That's the part that doesn't make sense to me. It's like, you got to make this game up because one of these teams are definitely in the wild card on.
They don't want to give refunds. They don't want to give refunds to their season ticket holders. That's
exactly what it is. Yeah,
we're gonna make our season ticket holders come to an afternoon game at meaningless here in September. And of course, we'll have WNBA playoffs and game twos for some of these teams. I believe it is best of three in this first round, right, Ron? They want to get it over with because you have a lot of
best of three in the first round. They want to get this over with. You get one home game guaranteed if you hit the playoffs. So you get one home game guaranteed.
So we got two. Yeah. So we got two today, two tomorrow because we need the travel for these teams. And of course, spread them out a little bit. Don't play all four on one day like they did on Sunday. But anyway,
we'll have that fair though. They played all four on one Sunday, and then the first team gets to play their game too, and then the other two. Did we flip a coin, draw a straw? So you get 2 days off between game one, and you get 2 days off between game one. Like, how did that work out? That doesn't work. That doesn't seem fair to me whatsoever.
That's true.
Teams that play tomorrow get an extra day's rest.
Yep, they do. So it's a little strange how all that works out. But we'll have the W for you. 2 games from the W. And guys, at the end of the show, we'll have a Parlay Purple segment. We can have a. Also, too, it's interesting in the Parlay Purple segment, we have Game of the Future. You can also get, we may get some NBA futures here pretty soon because the NBA preseason starts in about 2 weeks. I think the media day is not too far away. So what's Jimmy Butler going to dress like this year? That's the big question in everyone's mind. Well, what's he going to come in? Look at it. Also, I'm not a very happy man about that one. But anyway, let's meet the cappers and get right to the picks. Let's say to Rod. Rod, what's going on?
Hey, not too much to answer Justin's question. Yes, WNBA in the 2024 season decided they should implement full-time charters. So the league has committed over $50 million over the next 2 years to make sure that they implement those charters for WNBA flights. So yes, they do get charters. But hey, it's Tuesday. I can't complain. It was. I took the over in the second game. I figured that we would see some points, and the Chargers got some points. But man, Geno Smith sucks. I think I'm going to stick with what I said, that he doesn't make it past week 6. Because if you want to keep him in there, he's going to cost you guys a lot of games. The way he plays, he just looks clueless and lost. Sometimes he just makes some really bad plays. And Gentry looks good, but maybe he can bust one out of that first level. These little two-yard chunk plays are definitely. Not going to get you ball games.
No, 11, but he had 11 carries. See, that's the thing. In college, you get heavy workloads. But again, you're facing Mountain West defenses. Carroll, 11 carries yesterday. So this just tells this Carroll's way is he doesn't like to give it to one guy. He likes 3 running backs back there.
He does, yeah. So, well, it's just good because then you're not going to overwork Gentry at all. All of a sudden, you're not going to pile up. I think that's what he wants. So. I think Gentry's for the guy that wants I want it all.
Gentry's for the fourth quarter. Gentry's for the fourth quarter to protect leads, get the first downs, grind out the defenses. But he needs a committee back there. And again, he's been around the league too long. If you continue to feed the guy, you're going to hurt the guy. That's just the way it works in the NFL. You can't. And he also has to be that block. He's got to block, pass protected. Also, too, the Raiders receivers got to get open. You got to give credit to the Chargers defense too. That defensive performance is pretty good. Dino had very tight. I mean, he had very tight windows, and if you're an NFL quarterback, you got to hit those tight windows. But man, these windows were barely open.
We'll see because you lost some guys there for the Chargers on defense. So going forward, we'll see how that Mack going out. How long is he out for? I haven't heard anything this morning on how bad that injury was on his arm. We did see him in a sling, so there's definitely going to be some issues there, but. Chargers says they just plug and play.
Justin, I gotta tell Justin there are no Charger fans. There are none. There are none. No. There are none in LA. No, and the ones that are there are paid to be Charger fans. They have to get a studio audience to cheer for them. They have a poor following out here in LA. That's the truth. Chris, what's happening?
Oh, not much. Coming off an 0-2 day, had the Nationals, couldn't get that done against the Braves. That was ridiculous. And then, I had the 3.5 with the Raiders there. I thought they'd at least be able to do something, but that entire game was terrible, especially the throwaway on the fourth down there for Geno Smith. Good job there, buddy. I don't know. This guy sucks. But anyway, we did get a Mbuku touchdown last night, so that was good. Got 2 from the home run hit list. Late, had to wait for those, but they were nice. Just ready to get to today.
Very good. So, Alessandro, what's happening?
Pretty good, man. The one game I post about and give out as a free pick loses. Everything else practically won. Went 7-2 with a push yesterday. Can't complain about 70% day. Ready to get firing today. Hopefully we have the same sort of success.
Yep, I split my card yesterday here. Just on the baseball, hit the Bucks were on my premium side. But on the free picks, I'd hit the old good old Raiders. Field goals aren't going to do it in the NFL. They don't do it in any sport. But anyway, let's get to it, guys. Major League Baseball for today. Let's take a quick peek here at some of these pitching situations here. As we know, we've got Atlanta and Washington playing a doubleheader. So we've got the pitching matchup in Game 1, Suarez against Jake Irvin there in Game 1 of that doubleheader. In Game 2 of the doubleheader, it's going to be Jeffrey Springs. I'm sorry, that's wrong. It's going to be Chris Sale and Mackenzie Gore there in Game 2 of the doubleheader, as expected. Boston is going to go with Connor Early today to start for them as they host the Athletics. So Connor Early gets to start here in that one. Skeens was listed as yesterday, but now moving to today here, facing Cade Horton for the Cubs. A lot of these pitching matchups are getting really twisted here. You'll see yesterday in one day it changes. Manea is going to be the bulk pitcher. New York is going to go with an opener. I believe Holmes is the opener. Manea will be the primary pitcher as he faces King. They're going to King a second start coming back from that injury. Let's see what else is up here on the board. Caden Dana is going to get another start for the Angels as they face Peralta and the Brewers. And let's scroll here, see what else we have on the board. Blue Balls gets another start here as he hosts as Houston hosts Texas there in a big one. Blue Balls on the mound against Merrill Kelly. And let's see what we have here. Tristan Beck will be the starter for the Giants today as they face Arizona and Eduardo Rodriguez. So Tristan Beck now the starter for San Francisco. And Shohei Ohtani is on the mound today for the Dodgers. We thought it might have been Sheehan today, but he went yesterday. So Shohei Ohtani gets the starter for LA, and it'll be Sanchez there for Philadelphia. So we got you scored up here on the starting pitchers. About a 58% chance of rain in Colorado today. That's where your rain is over 50% or greater. That's kind of what we focus on here is the high, the higher percentage of precipitation there. So that's your possible rain game there. All right, so let's get to the baseball. We'll start here. Braves and Nationals. We'll cover the doubleheader in this block. In Game 1, it's the Braves $1.40, total of 9. In Game 2, it's the Braves $1.80, total of 7. Cubs and the Pirates. The Pirates $1.30, total of 7. Guardians and Tigers. Here we got the Tigers $1.33, total of 8. Athletics and Red Sox. Red Sox $1.55, the total coming here at 8.5. And we'll end here with the Padres and Mets. It will be the Mets $1.21, total of 8. 6 in this block because it's Atlanta and Braves doubleheader 1 and 2. So we start with Rod.
Yeah, so the first one we're looking at, hey, it's Paul Skeens on the bump, right? Run, go, bad Paul Skeens. No, thanks. I'll take the Cubs here in this one. Cubs, they beat up on Pittsburgh as a road dog. 7 straight wins as the dog there in that one. I like Horton. Horton will see a who and mow down some Pirates. Deal with Skeens as well, so I wouldn't mind an under in that one, but I'll take the Cubs to get the job done there in that one because how deep does Skeens go into this one? Maybe he goes 6 innings at best. This might be his last start of the year, right? You figure?
Tuesday, probably got Thursday, 2
Friday,
weeks.
Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, maybe they'll get him. Maybe they'll get one more start in there, right? Maybe one more, maybe 2.
Depends if Fan Appreciation Days is coming up. So if they want to fill
the
stand.
Right. it
all the giveaways.
Yeah. So maybe 1-2 starts left for Skeens going forward. But either way, I like the Cubs there in that matchup. And then both of these doubleheaders, we're not going to take 2 unders. I think you got in Game 1, it starts. It's an early start, so I think you get a couple of lethargic teams rolling. Teams that are like not looking forward to a doubleheader today for sure. Going, oh, we really got to pick this up. And then in the Game 2, you got Sale versus Gore. So I think it's a pitcher's duel there. I like an under in both the doubleheaders today.
There we go from Rob. We move on over to Chris.
Yeah, definitely go with the under there in the Pirates Cubs there. Definitely not trying to take a side on that one. I would back Skeens. He's kind of went 50-50 this year against him. He's won one, lost one. They kind of got to him the first game back in May, and then he came back and did a little bit better job, but he didn't go very long in either one of those. So we'll go under in that one. I think Cade Horton can deal a little bit today. Looking at this Nationals Braves, and they burned me yesterday, I would honestly, the first one you got Jake Irvin. He's sporting a 5.7 ERA. I think the early one, every time I take an under in an early game with the Nationals, they seem to go over. So I'm going to take the over in that one, leave the second one alone. I don't care anything about that matchup there. And then Padres and Mets. I'm going to go Padres here. I like Michael King a lot more than I like Clay Holmes. Getting plus money with the Padres on the road, I'll take it.
There we go from Chris on over to Alessandro.
No, yeah, I like the both unders in the two doubleheaders. A little system play I like to go to here, a quick ump game. These umps want to get through this doubleheader. They don't want to be out there all day. Two crappy lineups as well. Well, the Braves actually not too bad, but yeah, for the most part, two crappy lineups. And then, like I said, the quick ump game. And then in the second game, you got two aces on the mound. I know Gore hasn't looked great, but, I mean, Sale's been lights out. I can definitely back two unders there. What do you call it? Cubs Pirates. I see this total dropping down to 6.5. Starts to make me want to think about the over. It's probably just a stay away, though. I don't want to back either side. You never know if the Pirates are actually going to give Skeen some run support. So, yeah, I'm just going to stay away from that one. Guardians, Tigers, I'm going to take a shot here on the Guardians. Cantillo's been lights out. This bullpen for the Guardians has been lights out. I have the numbers here. 1.65 ERA last 10 days for this bullpen. First in baseball. The batting average for them, though, 234 batting average. That's 18th in baseball last 10 days. So, you know, the bats aren't that hot. They're still 9-1 Guardians in the last 10 days. Bats are, only 234 batting average, like I said. But this pitching's getting them to, their wins here. And I think the Guardians can do the same here. I like this game to go under as well because you got Mize on the other side. He's chasing 15 wins late in the year for the Tigers, trying to get this number one in the AL. I like this game to go under, and I like the Guardians. There's a two-teamer there for you guys.
There from Alessandro. No, Alessandro was saying that the umps wanted to get out of there. I remember that back in the day when we used to have fat umpires. We don't have fat umps anymore like we used to. There. All right.
There's still a couple around, Tony.
There's still a couple around? I don't know, man.
There's still a couple around there.
I like looking at the over-under trend. I like looking at over-under trends with the umpires. A lot of times you'll see umpires trend to the over. That tells me that they, very tight strike zone. They want to get this game going, and a lot of low-scoring games, obviously. So look at the umpire stats, too. Never neglect that.
That's true. No doubt about that. The strike zone is no doubt there. Yeah, I'm going to look at the Cubs based on their bats. Horton has been solid here. You look at Horton here, past 10 starts, ERA of 0.84. This dude's really under the radar. Probably not in Chicago, but everywhere else. The Cubs bullpen in really good recent form. It really comes down. I just think Horton's efficiency and Skeens probably cancel them out and just give me the Cubs bats in this one. And the plus price. I got to take the plus price in that one. I like the under in Cleveland and Detroit. Cleveland 209 or past 29. That White Sox Guardians series was just a sleep inducer. Every game under in that series. Guardians bullpen in great shape as they've been for most of all the. I think we say this every game. Guardians bullpen in good form. Good. That's what they've been here. Cleveland here, 30-20 the under on the road, facing a team with a bullpen whip of 1.35 or lower. I'll take the under in that one. What else are we looking at here? This Athletic game. Boy, the way the Athletics hit on the road, I got to take them in. They hit lefties, 282 against lefties. I'll take Athletics here at the plus price. Boston gets losing teams at home, 15-15, losing 8 units. So I'll take Athletics in that spot. And anytime I see Manaya seeing any type of work, I got to look at the Padres. I know the Padres have their issues, but they can make up some ground. Dodgers have a tough series with these Phillies here. Padres can make up some ground here if they have a good series against the Mets. Michael King on the mound here. I think it's a really big game for the Padres to try to get in that, and to try to get that division. They want the division title. That's what they want. But it's a tough hill to climb here. But you look at Manaya's past 7 appearances, ERA over 7. Padres bullpen, pretty good form. The Mets are not. The Mets have lost 9 of 13, losing 6.5 units. I could only look at the Padres there. I'm going to take the Jays. They got the job done. Took them 13 innings. We didn't get the over, but damn, the Jays are just devastating loss for Tampa Bay. They were clinging to weak hopes of getting the wild card, but it's pretty much shot now. Toronto, just the better bats. And you, of course, look at Berrios in his road starts, ERA of 3.57. So I'll take them here against winning teams. This is the problem with the Rays. They can't beat good teams. 7-23 in their past 30 against winning teams, losing 16.5 units. No, thank you. I'll take Toronto in that spot.
9 Ks for you, Savage, yesterday for the Blue Jays too. By the way, looked real good in his first major league debut. So he's only 22.
Yep, he got the call, not Manoah. Manoah is back from he's doing rehab now, right? He's back.
Oh no.
And Manoah was back in the minors, I believe. They got him off the 60-day. So just keep him off. I ruined Ron's day by saying that. I'm sorry.
Don't bring him off, please. Don't. No, we're not going to try to bring manure off, Lex. Come on, man. No manure. We don't want to taint the locker room with manure here now. Come on. Leave him down there in the bottom. No manure. No manure allowed until next year. Sorry. Don't back up the truck. Don't bring him in because you have to back up the truck to bring in manure. So definitely don't do it.
Just let him start at night. Don't let him start in the day. That's his.
Well, yeah, because then he'll get to be full and eat his 3 meals. He'll have us eating his buffet fill. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Oh man. So that's the latest news here. It was taken off the 60-day. Now he's rehabbing assignments. Now they're saying rehab assignments. I don't know. Maybe he belongs in the minors. I don't know why they'd say rehab. You were not a major leaguer when you got hurt. You were in the minors. So, I mean, let's be serious here. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show as we continue on with the Blue Jays and Rays. Here we got. I think I jumped his gun there. All right, I jumped the gun there. Anyway, we got the Blue Jays, Tampa $1.06, total 8.5. Mariners and Royals. Here we got the Mariners $1.33, total of 8. Orioles and White Sox. This is $1.05 on both sides. A lot of respect for the White Sox there, total of 8. Yankees and Twins. Hey, the Twins got it done yesterday. Yankees $1.49, total of 9. Angels and Brewers. The Brewers, they're trying to keep the Phillies off their tail here. That number 1 seed doesn't seem so locked up now. Brewers Brewers here $2.40, total of 8 over to Rod.
Man, you look at. For me here in this one, I'm going to take Seattle. Continue to just roll along. Seattle, 9 straight wins. Gilbert's already seen Kansas City once this year. He went 4.2 innings in that outing against Noah Cameron. Seattle ended up coming away with the victory 3-2 in that matchup. So they split the season series earlier in Seattle in 4, but that was way back in, was it June? No. June 30th, July. Yeah, end of June, beginning of July there. So you look Michael Wacha. Hey, they've seen Michael Wacha back on June 30th, and they got to him. It was a 6-2 win for Seattle. I think the Seattle team's hot. Trying to chase down a wild card, too. So trying to make some noise in Seattle late, like they always do year after year. They try to make some noise late. So I like Logan Gilbert there on the bump. On the other side versus Wacha. I think Wacha regresses a little here. Seattle smacks him up. I'll take Seattle there in that matchup. And then another one I'm looking at. We see a low-scoring one there in the Blue Jays game. I think we see some offense there today. Give me the over between Toronto and Tampa. I think with Barrios on the bump. I think he can give up a couple, and we know the Blue Jays bullpen can give up a couple. I know they've been trending to the unders lately, but they've had some good starters going. So I think Pepiot can give up some as well for Tampa. But give me the over there in that matchup. And I'm not touching the Angels and the Brewers.
I don't want to touch that one. There we go.
You've been chasing run lines with that one or in that one, and I can't do it. And it's just that.
Brewers have not been the hitting run lines of late. On over to Chris.
They do kick the crap out of the bad teams, though. I'm telling you, the second half of the season, 17-1 are the Brewers versus teams with losing records versus the bad teams. So, but it's the Angels; they just love to pop up out of nowhere. So, no.
Yeah, on road night games, I think they have like a massive. I think they're about 500. They have a huge. They have a huge.
Because they're priced like this, right? You're getting because they're priced 2 times your money. So it's like. If anybody wanted to jump on the Angels, I wouldn't. As a value play, I could see it, but I'm not touching that game.
Yeah, especially against the Brewers, maybe against any other team.
Brewers that are fighting, right?
The number 1 seed in the NL, right? The number 1 seed in the NL, the top teams. You probably want to stay away from something like that.
What's the difference between the 1 seed and the 2 seed? Anything?
A few games.
Still get more games.
No,
you still get a bye. 2 seeds.
Yeah, you just get the home field in the NLCS. You get the extra game if there's a game 7,
which is huge.
which is huge.
Game 7. If it goes 7, right? So
yeah,
that's the deal there. But it looks like both teams. Looks like the Phillies and the Brewers will have the home. Will have the buys. Dodgers will not. They can't. They're too far behind the Phillies right now.
too far back
To actually have a shot. But again, ownership's not going to frown because that means they're going to have 3 home dates. So they're not going to frown on that one. There's your look at the Tuesday. Milwaukee on Tuesdays 11-0 at home this year. On Tuesday.
11-0 at home. Yes, I know. I've seen that too. But you also see that the Angels are 12-3 in this spot as well. There, Tony.
That's right.
Angels.
Yeah, what were their home? Okay, here we go. Angels in home night games this year, 24-26, returning 12.5 units. That's what I was looking up. So that's the thing.
27-18 team total over for the Brewers versus Interleague this year. I like that stat a lot. You're up about 10 units back in the team total for the Brewers versus Interleague in Interleague play.
There we go.
Angels 12-3 to versus teams scoring 5 or more runs in a game this season.
Wow. Yeah, there are some positive trends there for the Angels, especially those night games for turning money. On over to Chris.
Yeah. So Toronto, we're going to take them again today. Money line there. I think to get to Pepio. Do see some runs in this one yesterday. Was completely sleep-inducing there. Lower scoring than it should have been for this ballpark. Absolutely. And then give me the White Sox. I know it's another favorite here, but I think Shane Smith's a little bit better than Dean Kramer, in my opinion. I like my White Sox here to get it done today. Leaving that Brewers game alone, it's overpriced in every direction. So leave that alone. Still not jumping on the Yankees. Didn't jump on them yesterday. Not touching that game again today. Maybe go. Let's see. LA, Milwaukee. No, not doing that one. No, that's it. That's all I got there.
There from Chris on over to Alessandro.
No, yeah, Blue Jays and Rays. I'm on the over there with you, Rod. I think Barrios could get rocked. ERA of 6 in the last 30 days. If you look at Pepios' numbers in the last 30 days, he's got a 1.74 ERA. I do think it's fool's gold. At the end of the day, we know he could get rocked. Look at some of the teams he's pitched against here in the last 30 days: Washington Nationals, Cleveland Guardians, San Francisco Giants, St. Louis Cardinals. None of these teams are A-plus lineups here. I think that's a little bit of why the ERA is as low as it is. And then he did have an outing this year earlier against the Blue Jays here where he went 7 innings, 3 hits, 0 earned. I just don't see Pepio doing this here to the Blue Jays again. Blue Jays are also trying to get this number 1 in the AL. I think the bats show up huge there in the bandbox of a park that the Rays play in. I like the over 8.5. Brewers, Angels. I'll give the team total out. I like that a lot. I think the Brewers bats show up. We're avoiding a run line. They are going to bat last in the 9th, but if they're up, they're not going to bat in the 9th. So, you're losing about 11% of the at-bats there trying to touch a run line. Even a -2.5, it starts getting a little sketch. I'd rather just touch a team total or pass. I like the Brewers a lot, though, in that game. Super juiced.
There we go.
Then, my bad. One more here. Yankees Twins. It is getting a little inflated. I agree with Chris, and it's Yankees are fraudulent as always. But I would look here, trying to back the pitcher here, Cam Schlittler. You could either try to take the outs recorded prop or his strikeout prop. Over 5.5 isn't too bad as well.
There we go from Alessandro here. Tell you what I think here about some of these games. I'm going to take Seattle's in first place in the NL West by half game, but I'm going to go against him here. Logan Gilbert in his past 10 starts, ERA 5.5 here on the road, I should say. On the road, his numbers have not been good. Waka, past 9 starts, ERA of 2.89. Royals bullpen in really good shape. And Seattle as let's see what Seattle's here. Seattle here as a road favorite, -110 or higher. They lost to 10 units here. Past 31 at home, Royals 20-11, returning 6.5 units. I'll take KC at the plus price there in that one. And since I jumped ahead by that much, I don't think I like anything else in that middle block here. That looks to be the case. Yep. That's about all I got in that middle block. All right, let's continue here on the Tony S'more Show. Close out baseball with these final 5. Reds and Cardinals. We got the Reds $1.19. Total sits here at 8.5. Rangers and Astros. Rangers on the road, $1.12, total of 8. Marlins and Rockies could be a rain game here. Marlins $1.36, total 8.5, total 10.5. Giants and D-backs again. It's the D-backs $1.25, total of 9. Close it out with the Phillies and Dodgers. They played a really good one yesterday. Had that playoff fever to it. We've got the Dodgers $1.33, total 7.5. We start with Rod.
Yeah, I'll take the Arizona Diamondbacks on the run line there. There's the Giants that we remember that before that little streak they made some noise. Well, there they are. The bats are awful again. No offense again. Struggling to get hits. Arizona, hey, they're at home and smacking them out like they did yesterday. It was 8-1. I think you get the same type of game there. Give me Arizona on the run line in that matchup. And then another one I'm looking at here in this block is I'm going to take the under between Texas and Houston. We've seen it was 9 runs yesterday. I think you get less today. I think Merrill Kelly's able to mow down some Astros, and good old Blue Ba is his ERA is a little bit up there, but I think he's able to mow down some Texas bats, and we cruise to an under there in that one. First of 4 wins it. Nobody's getting to 6 today. 4-2 final. Someone wins that game. Give me the under.
Yeah, from Rod on over to Chris.
Yeah, give me Texas in that one there. Money line, I think they get it done against the Astros in that matchup. And then, let's see, give me Cincinnati with Andrew Abbott on the money line there against the Cardinals. I just like Andrew Abbott a lot more than I do McCreevy. Looking at this Colorado-Miami game, I'm going to take Colorado with the plus money at home. I know it's Kyle Freeland, I get it, but give me the Rockies at home, money line. And then I'm going to the Phillies. I know it's Shohei Ohtani. Don't care. Not a fan of that guy at all in any aspect of the game. So give me the Phillies on the money line there with Christopher Sanchez.
Yeah, from Chris, we move on over to Alessandro.
Oh, God, it's never a good thing whenever we're on the same thing, but I'm basically bar for bar with Chris here. I like the Reds money line. I'll stay away from the total. It's starting to get a little low here, and the Reds could rock McGreevy here at the end of the day, and Abbott hasn't been A+. I still like the Reds, though, on his side. Rangers, Astros. I've been saying Astros are in choke mode. They did get it done yesterday. I think the Rangers do get a bounce back here. Merrill Kelly on the mound. I can back. Minus 120. I like the Rangers. Marlins, Rockies. I'm chasing the dog here as well. It's not that crazy price, but I'll take the Rockies here. I don't like Yuri Perez. I think Freeland is going to outpitch him here, and I like the Rockies a lot today. And then Giants, D-backs. That's probably a stay away from me. Don't like that game. And then Phillies, Dodgers. We'll take another shot here on the Phillies. That was a nice win for them yesterday. The over cashed as well. I like fading Ranger Suarez in big-time spots. I think he's fraudulent. I don't care what his numbers say. So, yeah, I'll fade Ranger Suarez. But he's not pitching today. It's Christopher Sanchez. Oh, yeah, I know. Christopher Sanchez, I think he's probably the ace of this Philly staff. I can get behind Christopher Sanchez and back him. Plus 115. And no Ohtani home run today. I'm going to stay away from that prop.
None from him. Sanchez, my Cy Young. My Cy Young, not Skeens. I'm just joking. Good there. All right.
Peralta's out there dealing.
Yeah, he's dealing too. He's dealing out there as well, no doubt. Listen, I'll look here at the Reds as well. McCreevy at home, ERA over 6. 8 home appearances, ERA over 6. St. Louis against lefty starters at home, 9-16, losing 10 units. I'll take Cincinnati in that spot. I'll come back again with Merrill Kelly and the Texas Rangers here. Texas is hitting. Houston is not right now. Kelly is past 6 starts, ERA 2.33. Bullpen for Texas in pretty good recent form. In their past 29 home games, Houston 11-18, losing 16.5 units. I think we said that yesterday, right? And look what happened, right? Jeez. Houston is just not getting it done at home. I agree with Alessandro. I like the Rockies as a home dog. Matter of fact, since the All-Star break, the Rockies are 8-6 at home against losing teams, returning 4.5 units. So that has been the end point there with the Rockies at home against losing teams. They get the job done. You take Miami as a favorite here, $1.25 to $1.75 on the road. They're 0-4 in this favorite role, losing 5.5 units. So I can only look here at the Rockies in that spot. And let's see. I'm going to stay away from these last two. I think I will stay away from those last two. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Nixon Morning Show as we continue on. We move over to the W. We are in the playoff action here, elimination games here in these, what we used to call it back in the day, we used to call these mini-series back when we had the best of 3 in the NBA. So I'm going to call it the mini-series. here. Dream and Fever here, game 2. Here we have the Dream, 4.5 on the road, total 159. Aces and the Storm. Aces 5.5 on the road, total 160 in this best of 3 miniseries. Game 2. Start with Rod.
Yeah, for me here in these ones, I'm going to continue to ride the Aces. So they're going to lose eventually. Well, I ain't catching a fall in life or getting in front of that train. No thanks. Give me the Vegas Aces. They're just looking like a team of destiny. I've also put a little bet in, a little wager on these Aces to win it all. I think they're that good. I think it comes down to probably the Lynx versus the Aces again. And hey, the Aces are going to push all they want. They look at what they've done defensively down this run as well. Holding teams to 40% field goal shooting, only giving up 73 points a game. And then their offense has just been smacking. They've been hitting 50% of their field goal shots over the last 5 games. Actually, make it 51% and scoring 94 points, 102 points. And Western Conference opponents, 86 points. They're just superior above Seattle. Seattle sucks. I'm telling you, Seattle sucks. They're not even going to cut a sniff in this game.
Storm.
Aces win. They're not getting storming nothing. I mean, no storming of nothing. Yeah, it'd be storming as they storm off the court going, wow, that was a waste of a season. We suck. Aces win by 10 plus.
There we go from Rod.
Sweet.
Aces did not need it. Aces did not need a loss going into the season. They did not need to keep that win streak going.
Exactly. You can lose one in the battle of when there's a 5-game set going on. You might lose one. Not here. You're not wanting to drag Seattle back to your home court for a game winner take all in game 3. No, Aces coming out pouring down just like they've done all down this stretch. They're not losing here.
Here we go here from Rod. Move on over to Chris.
Yeah, I agree with Vegas there. I mean, we just saw this on the 14th, 102.77 there. Didn't even need the 5.5 points that they're giving you again today. So yeah, take the points with Vegas to cover in that one.
Let's see what Vegas L thinks.
So what do you call it? With this Dream Fever game premium on the site, go grab it. We're going to win tonight in that game, no doubt. But the second game here, Storm Aces, I do feel it's a little trickier. I did have a slight lean to the Storm. This line has been jumping around like crazy. I've seen 4.5 for the Aces. Now I've seen 7.5, minus 7.5 as well. Dropped to 5.5. I'm just waiting till tip off here to shoot and fire if I want to side. But this one just seems free to me. Skylar Diggins over 1.5 threes. She has to make 2 threes, guys. We get plus 150. I like that prop a lot. I've already put that in. I've hammered it. Skylar Diggins, go get us some money.
Getting some money there from Alessandro. Now it's time for our parlay promo segment. All right, Cabby's giving a parlay, team player prop, game of the future. They make the call here. Could look at team player props, NBA futures. They were getting that time of the year as well. We start here with Rob, or NHL futures as well, for that matter.
We'll take the Cubs on the money line. The spoil skiing day there. What else we gonna throw in there? Well, we'll throw in. Give me. We're gonna throw in Arizona. Hey, you don't even have to lay a run line. That's half decent price. So we're gonna throw in the run line anyways. Come on, who we kidding? We want the big plus price. So give me the Cubs on the money line and a nice plus price. Give me the Arizona Diamondbacks on the run line, and then we'll throw in the Vegas Aces. And if your book offers you the extendo line on that, take it to the minus 9.5. They win by 10 plus. And if it doesn't, just play the 5.5. Even lay the 6.5, 7.5 if that's what your book's offering you. I think they win by 10 plus.
There we go from Rod. Move on over to Chris.
Yeah, we'll take San Diego money line, Colorado money line, Philadelphia money line. Do what you want to with those. Pair them up. Don't. Home run prop of the day is going to be the sleeper pick from the video. I like him a lot today. A little bitty guy from Toronto, Alejandro Kirk, to get it done against those guys today out there in Tampa Bay. So give me Alejandro Kirk for a home run today.
There we go from Chris on over to Alessandro.
I like that a lot. I was actually looking at that as well last night. That's crazy you mentioned that. But for the parlay today, we're going to go with the 3 R's: Reds, Rangers, Rockies on the money line.
There we go from Alessandro. I'm going to go to college football. I like TCU. Don't let it get over a touchdown, though. It's been moving here. I'll take TCU, lay the 6.5 against SMU. SMU 0-6 the spread in the road in the non-conference. But man, their inconsistent offense has been a concern, and their pass defense has been atrocious. Give up 320 yards passes per game, 7.5 yards per pass attempt. TCU, a good running team, a good passing team, great defensive performance. So I will go ahead and lay the 6.5 here with TCU. Better jump on this fast because this may be 7 hook by kickoff time. The way this one may.
I see 7.
Yep, you're going to start.
I'm seeing 7s.
Yep.
Starting to see 7s.
You're starting to see some 7s. So
starting to see some 7s.
I see it, Chris, at Bet Online and at Circa, I see 6.5. But those are going to be gone. And those are going to be gone.
Yeah, not too long.
Hey, I'll go out and throw it out. What you guys think about this Michigan Nebraska game? That one just seems free as hell to me. It's actually getting up. I saw it at 1.5 for Michigan. I took that. I see 2.5 now. I like Michigan a lot in that game.
I don't really have much of. I just got done with the Nooners.
Okay.
That's all about all I got done. I think UNLV. I don't know why the line's so short. It kind of scares me. Against Miami O, laying 2.5 and 1.5 at Bet Chris. My goodness,
they're going to hit you in the mouth, Miami O. They got a defense. That program last couple of years had a couple all conference linebackers that left, and the defense hasn't skipped a beat here. So that's an interesting matchup. Dan Mullen's going to spread it out, throw it around the yard and use that little option attack. That's a fun one. I'll leave it at that.
I'll leave it at that one. Yeah, I think we might get an under again in North Texas Army. We got an under last year. Army against these passing teams go under. They just hold the ball.
Give me the points here. NC State versus Duke. I like NC State plus 3.5. I think they have the better quarterback, better defense, better coach.
Texas Tech on the money line over Utah.
There you go from Ron. Yep, I kind of like that too. That was on the Texas Tech side. I think that win against UCLA is a little fraudulent now, right? And then Wyoming, they couldn't get much on Wyoming. It took them a while to get going.
Took a while to get going. Yeah, I like Texas Tech there.
Yeah, Texas Tech with the NIL money, they got a lot of money in that program. And boy, Barron, they went crazy against Oregon State. There.
Where's our ECU guy at, man, in the chat? Because I'm on ECU this weekend against BYU at home, plus 7.5 East Carolina. I'll take that.
There you go.
Kind of like Troy plus 6 as well versus Buffalo. They had the big letdown game last week, but I think they get up and have a little more heart for this one against Buffalo. I think they can keep it close.
I do like Troy as well. I do like Troy as well for sure.
Yeah, Troy, no shame in losing to Memphis. Memphis is a good team.
Good team, right? So everybody's like, oh, Troy sucks because they lost to 2, right? Now they're like, oh, they're awful. And I don't know. I don't think Buffalo's that great.
Yeah.
To be laying 6. So I like Troy plus the 6 in that one.
Yeah,
Troy, and then big battle, Auburn and Oklahoma. And Oklahoma laying 6. I don't know if I want to be laying 6.5 with Oklahoma. I don't know. So it's a good number. If I start seeing 7s, maybe, but I don't know about that. So Auburn's got some pretty good D. Should be a pretty good game. The battle is some pretty good D's. I like the under there, actually, if you want.
What you thinking with this West Virginia-Kansas game? West Virginia's got us paid last weekend.
Yeah, it was at a 13.5, right? It's like, it hit 14. It's a 13, right? Everybody's all like, oh, yeah, West Virginia. Just make note. West Virginia sucks on the road. Suck on the road. Stink. That's why it's at 13. Kansas wins by 3 touchdowns.
Morgantown's at home. That's the home court.
Yeah.
This is going to be a smasher here. This game, Illinois to Indiana, I think it's going to be one of the games I want to watch actually, because Illinois is an improved team, and Indiana going to lay 4.5 at home against. And that's come down from the opener at 5. Illinois to Indiana.
Down already, yeah.
That
team's really good. Like really good. They got their defense is good. They can score. That should be a good one too.
That one looks to me like one of the games to watch this week in the prime time, at least window. Of course, the battle there in Florida, Miami, Florida. Lena, over?
Oh yeah, over. Beck has a huge day. I lean Miami. I mean, it is 7.5. I'm giving out a lot, guys. I'm giving a lot of free picks out here, but I like Miami. I like the over. I think Carson Beck shreds our defense. I think Lagway does have a pretty good day. They bounce back a little bit offensively, but still Miami too much. Best team in the state of Florida. I think FSU's overrated. I know FSU's done some crazy things already this year, but I can't wait for Florida to catch FSU in the swamp. That little jitterbug. Castellanos. He's going to be looking out his ear hole, put it that way. He's going to be looking out his ear hole.
Opened
What's
at
up?
3. Opened at 3, and it's
Opened at 3
fucking bet
points.
us a 7.5 already. So
Yeah, no.
Jeez.
your best of the number is long gone in that
It's
game.
the
I
sheep
can't touch
herder,
it.
sheep herder there. The sheep's herding.
Yeah, that's
They're
definitely the
herding.
sheep herder one. It opened at 3, and now it's a 7.5. So it tells you how much money is compiling in on Miami U, and everybody's seen. What did Florida do last week? Right? They struggled. It was close. They almost got the back to recover. Lost 20-10, I think it was in that matchup, the last game. I don't know.
In the worst. The Rises wait for that line to keep pushing up the
Yeah,
other way. And the sharps are. Trust me, a lot of the sharps that play that early number, they're going to bet the other side and try to middle it. I guarantee you. When there's been that much movement in a line like that, the sharps will be on the on both
scary
sides.
thing is the Gators' offense looks like ass. So
I know.
their defense isn't bad. They can keep them hanging around a little as long as, but I don't know.
That's a big one. All right, we got you through that. Now it's time to see what we have for sale over at Tony Speaks. Heading to a big week of action. A lot of football here in the minds, and of course for the week as well. We've got baseball going on, WNBA playoffs, and more. Click the link in the description. That'll take you right over to Tony'sPicks.com. We'll find our best bets and premiums up there for sale. Check us out over there on the site. Let's see what's wrong with Rod. Let's see what Rod has for sale over at Tony's Picks for today's card. They're heading into a Tuesday with a lot of baseball. And W, what do you got for sale, Rod?
My play of the day is in the WNBA, so you can head on over and scoop that up. We're on a nice 10-3 run in the WNBA. So been hot the last 30 days. The hottest capper here at Tony's Picks over the last month in the WNBA. So that's where my play of the day is. And then that play of the day is also included in, it's actually my play of the week. Absolutely love that WNBA play. And then it's thrown into Tag of the Books Tuesday, where we've got 2 MLB thrown in there, as well as that WNBA play of the day. So grab that 3-pack. Let's make it a winning one. And then, hey, jump aboard that week-long pass. Or even that 30-day pass. 30-day pass gets you right in through the first week of the NHL. So definitely jump aboard. You see what we did in the NHL last season. So you want to jump aboard with the winter sports in the NHL. So, hey, when you get aboard long-term here at Tony's Picks, you also get that late play email directly to you when you jump aboard long-term, 10 minutes to 2 hours before kickoff. If a capper puts in that late steam play, hey, you get an email directly to you 10 minutes to 2 hours before kickoff. So definitely jump aboard something long-term here at Tony's Picks. That is the way to go. So you don't miss out on any of the plays. We got rolling this time of year. Multiple sports being capped, so you don't want to miss out on any of the action. So jump aboard.
That's right. Get on board right over at Tony's Picks. Keep an eye on those long-term subscriptions there. Link in the description. All right, let's see what Chris has for sale right now over at Tony's Picks. Chris putting up great numbers in college football. Chris, what you got?
Guys, got you a best bet in baseball on a 3-pack. The 3-pack does include the best bet there, 2 premiums in that one. So grab one or the other there for that. All money lines today. Really like a lot of things in this card. And 2-for-1 capper, 2 put money in pocket makes a lot of sense. Like I always tell you guys, hop on somebody, you can pair 2 people. A lot of people on a leaderboard recently, so pair them up. There's other people that do a lot more than I do here. So you can pair us up, let us both make you money. And yeah, just hop on something long term. A lot of TBDs lately, so we can get you that late steam information and bets there. We're seeing a lot of them baseball right now, so we'll get you that. And then don't forget the promo code Tony T at checkout, save you the 15% off of that. And yeah, let's just try to at least keep trying to do good in college football, because baseball's been rough.
All right, we're here with Chris over at Tony's Picks, triple play 3-pack up there, as well as the MLB best bet. Remember, all of our one-day passes are profit guaranteed. They must turn a profit or amount purchased will be credited back to your account for site credits. That's profit guaranteed. So get on board with Chris over at Tony's Picks and check out his long-term subscriptions as well. All right, let's see what Alessandro's got rolling over at Tony's Picks for today's card. We'll see what Alessandro's have over at Tony's Picks for today. Alessandro, what do you got for sale?
No, that's the exact reason you should sign up for the 2-for-1. You know, Chris is rolling hot in college football. I'm not, but baseball is going hot. So that's the exact reason for the 2-for-1. Use this there for your advantage. I got a lot on the site today. I got baseball. I think it's just baseball actually today for me. Didn't want to touch some soccer. I like PSV. There's a free play for you guys in UEFA. Some of you guys were asking about it there in the chat. But as far as what I got on the side, I got an MLB triple play and an MLB best bet out for you guys today. I got a couple NFL lines out, a couple college football lines out already, getting ahead of the action as well. So, yeah, looking to make some money. Let's do it.
Let's get on board with Alessandro over at Tony's Picks. Been red hot in baseball here over the last 7 days. 777. There you go. Up on the board right now over at Tony's Picks here with Alessandro cranking it out right now. 777 last 7 days. So get on board with Alessandro over at Tony's Picks. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. Of course, Alessandro here on the board with plays up for sale, as you see there. Best bets and more. So get on board.
I do have a WNBA best bet. I'm sorry, guys. I'd be forgetting what I put out sometimes. I know I betted on it, but I just didn't know if I released it as a premium pick here. Yes, I do have that freemium or premium. I haven't given it out yet there in the WNBA. But, yeah, let's make some money.
Yeah, so make some money. You guys like that 7-day all sports pass here early in the week with all the baseball coverage, all the WNBA, NFL, college football, UFC. Good time to get on board with that 7-day pass with Alessandro over at Tony's Picks. All right, guys, what I have for you right now, I've got a best bet from baseball. Working out a package as well. Having a great year in baseball, so get on board with me over at Tony's Picks. All right, guys, with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Make sure you hit that like, that subscribe. Greatly appreciate that. It really helps us build up our audience. But it's over on our YouTube channel. If you happen to miss a live show, you can watch the replay. Appreciate all our folks that watch the replay over on our YouTube channel. Just type Tony's Picks in the search console, find us, and hit that live tab, and you'll be able to watch a replay of our live show. Happy hour every day. Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern time. You'll check that out there. We'll see Ron in there. We'll see Brian in there and more. So check out Rod on the happy hour, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Hit the video tab. A lot of great comment. But college football is up already for the Nooners. The Nooners I got up there, and I think I got a couple. I got a couple more as well. So got some of the early starts for you up there. To watch the entire deep dive video. Those are done. Chris has got his home run prop video. It's been very popular. Of course, Ron, keep an eye on those late releases about 8 Eastern time with those KBO picks. Remember, these games go play overnight. 2-3 zone today. We got Rod, Justin, Alessandro with that 2-3 zone. So check out that video there. WNBA action. Of course, my deep dives from baseball got all 16 up there from today. So check it out over at Tony's Picks. Hit the shorts tab. More content from me there on the shorts. El Ninos with his -1s. So check it out over on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel with lots of great content up there for you guys to check out. All right. Here, some of the cappers talking a little bit more about. Of course, Rod, looking forward to your CFL report. I know you keep an eye on NHL as we're getting hit in caps. And, of course, at the happy hour, 5 p.m. Eastern. You're on mute there, Rod.
Hey, tune in to Happy Hour 5 p.m. Eastern. Get you covered on any latest info there, picture-wise, because we know the way these MLB's been going lately that you never know. These things aren't set in stone until you actually see who's on the mound, because we've seen some crazy picture changes. So tune in there. Yeah, definitely check out the 2-3 zone there as well today. And then definitely be on the lookout. CFL report coming for week 16, I believe, in the NHL. So, or in the CFL, that's starting to wrap up as well. Training camps are open in the NHL. Keeping an eye open there. We'll probably find some preseason winners, so definitely be on the lookout for those. Excited this time of year. Lots of excitement. So, and to answer that question, no, I don't think it's any conflict of Brady being in the booth as a fan. He's not a coach. He's not spying on anybody. He can go in and watch a game. And if you look at any of the games that he's broadcasting this year, neither of those teams are even in them. I went back and looked, and I wanted to see what his schedule was. And maybe he was looking to get ahead, because that's what he is. He's trying to be the best of the best of the best. He wants to be the best broadcaster ever. So I don't see any of the games. He's definitely covering a lot of the Detroit Lions games. So
that's right.
None of them. Right. We see Dallas Giants, Eagles, Bills, Detroit, and the Rams, Bengals, Buffalo, Green Bay, Detroit, Eagles, Dallas. Yeah, he's none of those games. None of those teams are on his schedule. So I don't see any conflict in there. Maybe he had some money on the game. I think he just bet on the non-broadcasting games, just like Kirk does on the college show.
The thing about it though is the fact that you are at practice. You're talking. Although the coaches would be smart enough just to fool them, to screw them up, screw with it. Especially if the Raiders on your schedule, you're gonna be very careful what you tell them in those meetings. You have, because they always have that hour meeting. I think it's the Friday when they meet with the announcers. Announcers throw out some questions to the coaches, but I think when they know Brady's in the room, they're going to be very careful with their words. So I think they're on high alert there. If the Raiders are on their schedule,
Definitely hush hush, right? They're
yes,
like Brady's coming.
Not going to give out too much. Not give out too much to them, and so we'll see how that rolls. Also, too, I just think it's if you're an owner of a team and you want to be part of the coaching, you shouldn't be working in broadcast because that's just a distraction away from your team. You should be looking at game film for your Raiders opponent, not game film for the name you're broadcasting. So it can listen. It's what are they going to say to Brady, right? I mean, they're paying the guy all kinds of money. So, and of course, what does a 1%er have? What's his percentage of the Raiders? I mean, those guys don't have a lot of influence anyway, to be honest with you. At the end of the day, when you look at how much he owns the team, it's like, well, Magic Johnson used to get 1% of everything. How much influence do you have when you're a minority owner, right? You have none.
You definitely don't have the big voice. He's not getting there in the meeting room and going, "Hey, you know who I am?" No.
No. You have, it's to me. I mean, for someone of his status, you shouldn't take minority ownership because at the end of the day, you're not going to have much say in anything. It really doesn't. You really don't. It's just a waste. You're just a paid public relations guy. It's kind of what you are. Instead of giving you a salary, we'll give you ownership. That's really what that is. It's nothing more than that. All right, guys. Make sure you tune in to Tony's Morning Show every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Any closing thoughts before we close it out?
Best of luck. Make some money.
Hey, also, NFL, keep an eye on the quarterback injuries. It's not just Burrow. There's a lot of them out there. McCarthy, Daniels, a lot of and the big injury from the Chargers defensive player as well. So a lot of injuries in the NFL. Got to keep an eye on that injury report this week.
So I will touch on that actually because I laid a Commanders -6 earlier in the week. Terrible number. Now when you see 3.5, I'm not scared to jump right back on the Commanders at a better number. Sometimes you got to do stuff like that.
There you go. Yep. So keep an eye there, guys, with these injuries. With that sprained knee, Daniels looks like he'll be out. McCarthy looks like he'll be out. Burrow's out for 3 months. And I'm just trying to think if there's another quarterback that got hobbled up. Purdy, we know, is out for a couple of weeks. We're already in week 2. Boom, got hit with a lot of injuries. All right, guys, going to wake up. Bye, guys. You guys making a winning one. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony Six Morning Show.